It's the Cork Dorks live at the California Mid-State Fair.
Broadcasting live here. Thank you, Suzanne, Adam, and Jeremy here in Mission Square. It is day number 8 of the California Mid-State Fair. It is gorgeous. We've got a nice breeze. Mission Square is home to the best pizza, for sure, but food,
Andre's
wine.
special pizzas?
Their pizza's so good they drove Domino's off the fairgrounds because everyone was just coming here.
Strong move, Andre.
How many years has Domino's been here? They're not even here anymore. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, because Ali's Pizza is so damn good.
That's awesome.
I know, it's incredible. So the frosés, of course, it's all here. Check out Mission Square. We got our friends from Barton Family Wines. To my right, your left, we go Joji, who is the proprietor, his lovely wife, Jenny Barton, who is the proprietor, Adam, Jeremy. There we go.
Posse.
Hold on.
I got a posse.
Hold on. We got Jenny Barton here. We got Brad Ely, who is the winemaker. We got Barry White, who is the GM. Yeah, a handsome guy like Brad can't get a free woos from some pretty girls.
We have Mom.
Like a yeehaw.
Oh, that's right. We got Mom. We got Aunt Nancy. It is a family affair
Sharon,
here.
that's Barry's wife.
Oh, that is a family affair. Hi,
She
Sharon.
wooed.
How are
I heard
you?
her
That's
woo.
Cammie.
Hi, Cammie. Nice to meet you. I like your little kind of frosé looking thing, too. That's pretty cool.
Doesn't have
Jenny,
alcohol
do
in
you
it,
feel
does
bad
it?
that you're upstaging everybody here with your posse?
No,
Yeah.
I'm fully confident with my posse.
How do we,
There's a reason why we're what we are now.
Before we get into the next
Jenny
cocktail,
Barton.
let's talk tasting. How can people visit you? Do they still need reservations like we did last year? What's the deal?
Reservations recommended.
Yes.
But you know what? We really do our hardest to make sure that we've got a seat for everybody. So if you show up, we're packed, we're going to figure it out.
Cool.
All right, Barry, let's talk about some of the events coming up. I know you got a big one coming up this year for Harvest. People need to start making plans now because these things will sell out fast.
Yeah, so I actually haven't been to one of the famous 80s parties at Barton Grey Wolf yet, but I've heard they're pretty spectacular. There's been stories of Hulk Hogan showing up. There's been stories of the Karate Kid, and there's even been incidents with golf carts, I think, but I'm not sure we're allowed to talk about that on air.
Probably not.
Not really.
I feel like golf carts off a golf course are really never should be talked about in public.
Because it always goes awry.
Maverick and Goose, that was a good cut. We had a couple show up.
Harvest.
And
Good one.
Daniel's son took my golf cart for a ride. That's all I can say.
We'll leave it at that.
You're making another cocktail, Joji. What are you putting together?
You know, actually, I thought what we would do before we got on to the next cocktail was to actually taste that Bittersweet Symphony because Susaloo's, thank you so much for the intro on the wine, on the song.
Susaloo's?
Let's go to the wine. So this wine is called Bittersweet Symphony. So it is a aperitif. So that was what we were talking about. You know, talking about a wine. This is Viognier Claret.
Are those clean?
Something that had been not only fermented but also aromatized, which is added the bittering and the aromatic compounds, the botanicals to give it. So there's a little bit of gentian, there's some chamomile, there's some a little bit of vanillin and citrus, just a touch of allspice and fennel. So you really get this such a crazy aromatic profile. And Brad, I know you can explain it a little bit better than I because I'm got my Bako voice on right now, unfortunately.
Hey, you said chamomile, so I know your Bako voice is on.
Hashtag Bako crowd.
What is a Bako?
A Bako voice is
It's when you say chamomile.
Yeah, exactly.
Jenny. Jenny, did you know that you're married to a guy from Bakersfield?
I think she did. She's from there, too.
It's my limited vernacular.
Sometimes
We heard he had cousins in Oildale.
Redneck. That's what my mom yelled out. It's my redneck profile.
Arvin represent.
So this is kind of a spin on a Spanish vermouth. I mean, happy hour in Spain, you're sitting there drinking either a white or red vermouth.
Oh, really? So, I mean, we use vermouths typically in cocktails, but they drink them.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
these are a
On
little
the
bit
rocks
different.
with
Cool
some,
people drink
some
'em.
tapas or little snacks, things like that. Something that we're trying to get people to wrap their heads around is a pre-meal kind of, aperitif.
Walk us through the nose on this thing. It's really wild.
This is nice.
It's different.
So
This
cool.
is so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a little dangerous because it's been fortified. So it is a fortified wine. So we're
What's the ABV on it?
about 22%.
Oh,
So
damn.
this is a 44 proof to be on the spirit side.
Sure.
All right,
mean,
so, yeah.
to me, it just screams orange sickle, vanilla, a little
Banana?
bit of chamomile.
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 Maybe that's what it is, not banana.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. It just reminds me of kind of the orange
That's a
creamsicles
Bako
when we were
Yeah.
kids, when it was hot out.
Yeah, no, I get that too. It's very creamy
But it's
smelling.
interesting once you start drinking it how bitter it gets with enough alcohol and sweetness to kind of balance it out. So it starts getting bitter, but it doesn't stay
not
for
bad.
very long.
Yeah, no.
You kind of feel those bittering root.
Because I'm not a fan of drinks that have Campari in it, like a Negroni and all these things. I've never just
Negroni is the actual ice cream shop.
Yeah, you mean
Negroni.
Negroni. Not Negroni.
That's your Paso.
Shout out to Negroni. Love that.
Yeah, you know,
sheep's milk
best
cream.
creamery in town.
But okay, so now you know I'm not a liar. I really am not into Negronis. I never have been because of that bitter component. But I actually kind of like this. This
I'm
is
not
really
into the
nice.
hangover from a Negroni. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, Jenny and I have a Chicago story that can talk about Negronis until 4 in the morning. That was
Do you have any Negroni stories?
We missed our
though?
flight.
Not that include hangovers. I gotta admit. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, I just had a moment. I was just thinking about my mom in Bakersfield. This is an ice cream truck. You know, when
Totally.
the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling is going down the street. And
Yeah.
You're running and you're chasing.
Yeah.
And you want one of those little like orange creamsicles.
Uh-huh.
It's the flavor profile you get because you get a little bit of that vanilla flavor of the ice cream in the middle of that basically orange cream pop, or that orange pop on the
Right.
outside.
Actually does very well over ice as well, this.
Yeah, I
that'd
would
be
bet.
fun, yeah.
I would bet.
All right.
Yeah, so it's
Over
this is a
vanilla
full
ice cream.
dessert kind of profile, and this is kind of thing that Brad and I have talked about of like taking it to another level, like the pet nat and the orange wine. You know, finding things that we can do with grapes around here that aren't the norm. There's a lot of people making great white wines, making great red wines, but there's a profile and there's an opportunity to create more wines and to bring Paso at a maybe a little bit more mainstream or less of mainstream, I suppose.
All right, that is Joe Barton. We're here at the California Mid-State Fair. We got the whole crew here. Jenny Barton's here as well. Barry White's here. We got Brad. He's the winemaker. Jeremy and Adam, we are the Cork Dorks, and we are in Mission Square. Come on by and say hi. Well, we'll be back in just a minute. And then we got the Kenny Taylor Band on stage tonight, which is pretty cool. So,
All right, I guess I got to make a sangria for Blues Traveler.
yeah, a little bittersweet symphony in the